And if you don't know me, my name is Quanisha Green, founder here of the Black Women Rise Movement, our Black Women Circle, executive coach of the Black Women CEO Collective. And what I do is that I help establish Black women leaders like yourself to translate your expertise into a profitable business so that you can ultimately live life on your terms. Because I know you, my educated Black ladies, you want to own your time, you want to have financial freedom, right? And you want to get paid to do what you love. And if you're anything like most of my clients, you are having a hard time making that transition. Some of the reasons are you haven't claimed your expertise and stood in it. I have clients who are doctors, right, who have medical degrees, who have over 20 years of experience, who have a hard time saying, I'm an expert in the CEO. Let me know, can you relate to that? Do you have a hard time saying that you're an expert and a CEO? And because when you don't show up in that space, you're not going to confidently promote yourself, right? You're just not going to do it. So today I wanted to talk about what does it mean and how do you do it in some ways that you can claim your expertise. Because the webinar, the masterclass that I led today for my clients who are participating in the Get Known Bootcamp is how to use webinars in a way to monetize your magic, right, through masterclasses so that you can build a connection with people in your community and basically give them a preview of what you can do for them. But to do that, you have to stand in what you know. And a good example of this, a role model of this, is my client, Natasha, who, and this is why I wanted to share the screen, who started out like many of you. She was a speech and language professional, wanting to travel, work over the world, formerly get paid for a lot of the mentorship she was doing with other professionals. But she found that even though she did boot camps and courses, that she wasn't getting clients. So she was getting followers, building an audience. But when she got people on the phone, they weren't buying from her. And this is what she said once we started to work together. Let me know if you can relate to that. Maybe you've been in the boot camps. Maybe you've been doing the do-it-yourself courses, but you find that you're not getting clients. And her main problem was communicating what she did, knowing what type of offer was right for the people that she wanted to work with, and even getting clear on her ideal client. So this is what she said. She said, I knew who I wanted to work with, but I didn't quite know how to articulate how I could help them. Not knowing how to articulate the benefit of what I do made it harder to be confident, and a lack of confidence showed through with making it difficult to get clients, right? So her lack of confidence was actually showing up in the space. And sometimes we stumble over what we say, or we don't know how to make the connection. And after working with her, right, because like you may relate because you feel overwhelmed, you feel frustrated, you feel like you're all over the place, you don't know where to begin, and just type into the chat, yes, I can relate. Oh, Quanisha, that is in my life. And let me know if you can relate to that. And so this is what Natasha says. I walked her through a process called my profit planning process, where she and I, we went in, right? First, we dug out the inner stuff that was getting in the way of her feeling confident and like she can claim her expertise in the CEO. Then we started to do the outer work, right? And helping her get clarity in her business so that she can feel confident and have the courage to get out there. And during the process that I walk my clients through, in our profit school, which is our mastermind, Natasha said, Quanisha helped me to create content that spoke to my ideal client. After running the webinar for a few weeks, I finally got my first paying client. Having great content that speaks to my clients helps me to show up as the expert that I am. And so I came to share Natasha's story because, like I said, I just came from conducting the Webinars That Matter masterclass, and I shared her testimony because once she claimed her expertise, once she got clear on who her soulmate client was and what was the right offer for them, she was able to show up and create content that resonated with them. And then she used the webinar strategy where like one webinar is equivalent to 12 blogs. When you think about using content to connect, to help people have a problem, to show them how you can solve it, right? So she used the webinar and then she got her first paying client. And this is after about, I think she was in business for like 2 years or a year and a half trying to do this work. So let me know if that's been your experience. You've been in this for a while, or even if you just started and you feel like, I don't know what to do. So here's something that you can do. I wanted to just give you this easy step before I run and go pick up my son to claim your expertise. right? So you have expertise, right? If you've been in this community, you resonated with this Black woman CEO, and it's probably because, you have lived experiences, you may have degrees, you have work experiences, or you've taken yourself through a personal transformation. You have personal experiences and probably been helping people for free, right? You have expertise. But the thing is, when you think about calling yourself an expert or even claiming CEO, you have some thoughts and belief around that, right? You may think, oh, it's for Fortune 500s, or I haven't made anything yet. How can I say I'm an expert? And that's not true. So here are some ways that you can start to see yourself as an expert and communicate that to others, right? So you may have a degree or certification. Hey, that makes you an expert. Are you talking about it on your about page? Are you mentioning that when you talk to people? So for example, I make sure I have my MSS, my master's in social service, which is basically a master's in social work degree. And I make sure that my LinkedIn profile has that I'm certified in master in corporate life coaching, that I'm certified in organizational behavior management, right? So list your degrees and certificates. And get specific with these things, right? Actually list what you got them in if they're relevant to the topic you want to be in business around. 2, talk about the people you've trained with, right? Because who you study under is like you were an apprentice matters. Like I have trained with Black woman millionaire Dr. Venus Opal Reese. I have trained with Black woman millionaire too, Rosetta Thurman. I was actually the business coach for her business, right? And I've been in a mastermind with her, right? I have trained with and been featured on platforms like sistersense.com with LaShonda Henry. I have trained and personally coached with Dr. Monica Agando, Inc. 500 winner, right? As you can hear, those associations, even saying associations of places you've been, I attended the University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League University, right? My social work school, Brentwood College, another elite institution. And these are what they call themselves, okay? So you have to also think about, where did you get your degrees? Who have you trained with, or even institutions or individuals that also have prestige, that by association, people will see that you know what you're talking about, the caliber of not just a person, but the caliber of the expertise that you're bringing to the table. Have you published a book? Right? Mention that. I don't care if no one hasn't bought it, but you published a book. That is a big deal. I've been trying to write a book for 2 years, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that topic. Even though I have a master thesis that's like about 75 pages long, I still am like, I don't know if I want this to be my book. So the fact that you've actually gone from idea to drafting, editing, and completion is a big deal. So talk about the book that you published. Are you part of any associations? Right? Like I'm a Delta, I'm a member Delta Sigma Theta. I'm in Black Social Workers. I was in the Black Doctoral Network, right? What are the associations that you are a part of? Because they matter. They also may give you standing, or there may have been some pre-qualifications even to get into them, right? What are the associations? Have you been a sought after speaker or featured on the stage of certain podcasts? Name them. Like I've been featured on the Women's Entrepreneur podcast. I've been featured on the Happy Black Woman podcast, right? Where have you spoken? I've spoken at Happy Black Woman events, right? And been success stories. Where have you spoken? I've been on Sister Sense, her power circle that she does with some of the top women in the game, right? So where have you been featured? What stages have you been on? Like I've traveled to Europe. I've trained for the U.S. Embassy. And I am not saying this to brag, but to give you some examples that sometimes we forget what we've done and we're sitting there like, wait, and you have all these things that you can use to show social proof of your expertise, right? Let's see, some other markers of expertise. How many followers do you have? Like how many people on your email list, your LinkedIn, Facebook? You can even talk about across platforms. So one of the things I do when I send people to say our blackwomanrise.com page where people sign in to come into our community, I say over 4,000 Black women entrepreneurs. Those are the emails that I've collected from people who download our resources. Or our platform across all the social media platforms, we have about 10,000 followers. Yes, some of those might be duplicate, but the fact that I have 10,000 people that I can have access to is a big deal. So, and in this group, there's 5,000 women, right? So whether you have 100, 200, right, start to quantify and talk about the reach and impact that you have. Like our podcast has reached close to 5,000 downloads and listeners. Those things are important, right? They speak to your reach, the impact, how people are resonating with you. Let's see what else. I said where you've been featured, all these other things. Oh, and another key way to show your expertise is to share testimonials, share some before and after stories, share case studies. And if you haven't worked with anyone in a paid way, share your own story. Tell people the transformation that you facilitated for yourself or for your business or for your organization, right? So working with people doesn't always have to be directly with another person. You may be doing business to consumer or business to business sales, but share before and after stories. Like I started this video, if you're jumping in later, sharing a case study of my client Natasha, who used webinars that matter, right, to attract her first client. So that is how you can go forth and claim your expertise. Is one of the first steps you need to do on the CEO road to creating a profitable business, right? Translating your expertise and all that genius and black girl magic that you have into a profitable business. So if you would like these tips, right? If you resonated with the idea that you're stuck, you're frustrated, you know you're an established leader, and you just really want to get out there and start making a name for yourself, even if it's as a side business to your main 9 to 5, or you want to make that full transition of you want to be in full-time entrepreneurship. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 2 years. I did side businesses prior to that as a co-executive director of a nonprofit. But over the last 2 years that I've been full-time, I've been able to generate over $100,000 in revenue, right? So I know what I'm talking about, right? And I've been at the place where I thought nobody cares what I have to say. Who am I? And I'm in this place where I'm like, I stand in my expertise. I show up every day. I promote. I make offers because I'm here to transform people's lives and help people. So if you need to make that connection, right? Shift in that inner confidence and that sense of self-worth, and you want to know clear strategies on what to do, I invite you to come to sign up. There's still room in our Get Known Bootcamp where you can learn these strategies, right? Hey, folks who are just jumping in, definitely watch this video from the beginning. I'm wrapping up because I have to go get my son. But if you want to learn the strategies that I taught today, we're doing a number of things. You can still catch the webinars that matter on demand. Next week, we're doing another live masterclasses on Facebook so that you can magnetize your audience and build a platform leveraging Facebook and Facebook ads. After that, I'm actually teaching another masterclass on right to sell. So these are not just courses. We're doing a 30-day live immersive experience called the Get Known Bootcamp. And we had an early bird enrollment. The bonuses, I would say, are gone, but it's still open. So you can go to getknownbootcamp.com and go ahead and secure your seat if you need the support. But I wanted to leave you with that tidbit today. How to claim your expertise is the first step. As you saw with my client Natasha at the beginning, she had to get confident, right? She had to get clear, and that gave her the courage to try really great strategies, get known strategies, and get paid strategies like a webinar, and that led to her attracting her first client. So if you would like some support with the inner work so that you can do the outer strategies, proven strategies that work, come join us in the Get Known Bootcamp. If you have any questions, either message me, write in the comments below, and if you've been writing comments, I can't see them because I'm on the browser, but I'll come back and answer. So this is Quanisha Green, the executive coach of the Black Women CEO Collective, and I encourage you to be powerful because remember, power is the ability to create your reality. So I will see you soon, and I hope to see you in the bootcamp. Bye.